Hello again YouTubers, this is Jonathan Asima back to your screens, and I'm going to be reading to Thomas and the Naughty Trick. Hope you'll enjoy it. Thomas and the Naughty Trick. Thomas is a cheeky little engine who likes to have fun with his friends. One day, Thomas was fitted with a brand new whistle. He blew his new whistle all day long. He blew it softly, and he blew it loudly. Thomas blew his new whistle in stations and in Misty Valley. Thomas thought it was the most wonderful whistle he'd ever had. Thomas puffed into the wharf, pulling a train of empty trucks behind him. The Thin Controller was there to greet him. "Thomas," said the Thin Controller, "the narrow gauge engines are bringing bricks, flour and timber." He told Thomas that the bricks, flour and timber had to be loaded into his trucks by tea time. Then the Thin Controller left. Thomas was very happy to have such a special job, and he blew his new whistle loudly. Phineas was so surprised that he jumped, and the pipes all fell off his trucks. Thomas thought it was very funny. "That was fun," Thomas tooted. He wanted to play more jokes on his friends. Later that day, Rusty puffed into the wharf, shunting trucks of red bricks. The bricks were to be unloaded into Thomas's trucks. Thomas rolled up behind Rusty. The little engines held their puff as Thomas blew his new whistle. Peep! Rusty jumped and biffed into his trucks. Suddenly, he was covered in red brick dust. The little engines all laughed at poor Rusty. Thomas thought it was tremendous fun, but he had forgotten about unloading the bricks. Rusty wanted to join in with all the fun the other engines were having, and so Thomas had another idea. "Sir Handel will be arriving with the trucks of flour soon," he tooted. "Why don't we all peep him at once?" The little engines thought it was a very exciting idea. They all found hiding places in the warehouse. When Sir Handel puffed into the wharf, there was nobody to be seen. "Now!" Thomas cried, and he blew his new whistle as loudly as he could. From their hiding places, the little engines blew their whistles too. "Peep, peep!" Sir Handel biffed his trucks in surprise, making flour fly up into the air like a great white cloud. "You looked like a ghost," laughed Rusty. Sir Handel thought it was very funny indeed. "Ooh," he laughed. "Look at me, I'm a ghost." And he steamed away. Soon all the engines were chasing each other, and still no one was loading up Thomas's trucks with bricks. Thomas had another idea. "Peter Sam is on his way," tooted Thomas. "Let's peep him as well." The little engines agreed this was a very good idea. As Peter Sam trundled into the wharf, Thomas and the engines got ready with their whistles. "Peep!" went Thomas and the little engines. Peter Sam shot forward and bashed into his flatbeds, which were stacked with timber. They burst through the buffers, smashed through a pile of oil drums, and splashed straight into the canal. "Oh my!" cried the little engines. "Cinders and ashes!" gasped Thomas. The Thin Controller was very cross. "You must clear up this mess at once," he cried, "and your trucks must be loaded by tea time." The workmen began to load the bricks, flour and timber into Thomas's trucks. But the little engines still wanted to play. They wanted to blow the brick dust and flour at each other. "No more jokes," whistled Thomas. "We have work to do now." Just before tea time, the Thin Controller came back to check on the engines. He saw Thomas looking pleased with himself, but he couldn't see Thomas's trucks. "Where are your trucks?" asked the Thin Controller very crossly. Thomas smiled to himself. He was playing another naughty trick. He puffed forward slowly so the Thin Controller could see the trucks. which were full of bricks, flour and timber. Thomas had been hiding them as a joke. "Here they are, sir," he whistled happily, "loaded up and ready to go." The little engines laughed. Soon the thing controller was laughing too. "That was a funny joke, Thomas," he said. "You are a really funny engine." And that's it. Or remember yesterday's quiz on yesterday's story? Well, a big shout out to Thomas Percy and 1999 Heaton for getting the questions right. And the correct answers are: who had to collect Gordon's special coaches? Emily. Which devious engine hit the special coaches? Diesel. Which steam engine set a record? Gordon. What did Emily bring to the station as a surprise for Diesel? A new diesel motor. Well done to Thomas Percy fan 1999 Heaton for getting it right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I'll see you later. Until next time, bye.